Hello and welcome everybody to my entry for the IPL Caster Contest for Starcraft 2. It's a game I love, it's a game I love to play, it's also a game that I would love to cast. So, let's get this started. In the bottom left corner of Daybreak, we have the red Protoss player, not legend, but none other than Startail Parting. In the top right, the blue Zerg player, a champion, the legend, the most aggressive Zerg you'll ever see, FXO Leenock. Now, I don't like to deal in absolutes, so Leenock is the most aggressive Zerg that I personally have seen. I don't think I'll see one more aggressive than him. So, right away we have Leenock going up to 10 drones before Overlord. It's a pretty interesting choice. I wonder if it's intentional or if he meant to go for a 9 Overlord. Not quite sure what that's about, but we do see Parting placing down the pylon. As expected, Parting wants to do the very popular Forge Fast Expand. And most Protoss is like that because it's very defensive, and you get your economy boosted pretty quickly, pretty early on in the game. So not a whole lot going on right now. We see both players making a lot of workers. ZVP, one of my favorite matchups, also ZVT since I do play Zerg. I even enjoy ZVZs on occasion. A lot of people don't like them, but I do. See Leenock putting down his pool at 15 workers, and we see Parting actually letting his minerals build a lot, so it looks like we are going to see a Nexus first from Parting. Yep, there's the probe going out at about 300. Now the interesting thing here, Parting has not scouted anything that Leenock has done. He has not sent a single probe over. For all he knows, Leenock is going for a 14-14 and is going to bust right through with speed Zerglings through this wide choke. But Parting doesn't seem to care. He just says, you know what, this is Leenock. He's going to go for a macro game. I'm going to play like he's going for a macro game. That's what we call metagame, ladies and gentlemen. Assuming your opponent's opening. That's a metagame. So, likewise, Leenock has not yet scouted, but his Overlord's going to get there pretty quickly. The probe goes out now for Parting. The Forge, the Gateway, the next pylon. Parting actually supply capped for the moment, but that pylon should finish just about in time. And one way to punish a Nexus first build like this is with Speedlings, but the other way to punish it is with what Leenock is about to do here. Take this drone and make a third hatch. We see Leenock's Zerglings picking up on that probe from Parting, although the probe is going to see the third. And this is Leenock, so he's probably not going to fake that third. He could fake it, go for an all-in, but I don't think he will. Next Queen on the way for Leenock, Cybercore on the way for Parting. 2 gases. In the income tab, we see 22 harvesters for Protoss, 16 for Zerg, although Zerg's harvesting numbers should skyrocket very shortly, now that he has 2 hatcheries of production to go with. +1 attack on the way for Parting. A very calm period going on. We see Leenock's Zerglings running around. If I can see if one of them... Yep, this one did in fact kill the probe. Just holding the Xel'Naga watchtowers for now, though. While I drink some tea to keep my throat nice and prepared. Stalker on the way out. And interesting choice by Parting to go with a Stalker before any other units. Guess he wants to get that fast unit out there. He knows there's no link speed yet. He saw that with his probe. So he can just get the Stalker out, get some scouting information, maybe pick off a stray Overlord or 2. And as long as he just remains aggressive with it, it should work out pretty nicely for him. Meanwhile, we have sentries coming up behind us. More workers from both players in a major way. We see Parting sending out his first probe Looks like Parting's getting ready for a couple of forward pylons. Now here's the thing, the worker count still pretty even. Parting has been very diligent spending that chrono boost, although it's not on probes anymore, it's on the +1 and on the warp gate research. We see, yep, there's the first pylon coming out. And we have the Roachborn going down, the lair coming up, more Zerglings being made. This Overlord, will it catch? It does in fact see. Oh, and an Overlord actually got killed over here without seeing very much, but we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gateways up from Startail's Parting. So Parting going to be very aggressive. 1 pylon, 2 forward pylons. Will these Zerglings get it? Zealots being warped in, the Zerglings run away. Leonok choosing to save those units rather than risk them at that pylon. Supply is still very even, although a surge of roaches. Supply capping Leonok for now. Another pylon on the way for Parting. And these links coming around the back, do they catch the sentries? Sentries save themselves with force fields, but this one stalker getting picked off, and wow. Beautiful force field placement by Parting, going to clean up these lings, easy peasy. That +1 attack is really going to help. Zealots doing 9 times 2, sentries doing 7 times 1, but we do see these roaches taking out that 1 pylon there, and that will supply block Parting. And that is actually very bad for our Startail player to have a supply block on a 7 gate. You want to keep those units pumping out. Will he commit? Will he? No. Parting cancels. And the nice thing about not committing to an all-in is that you can, in fact, take an expansion with the money you would be saving on not making units. Leonok, oh, with a Ling run by, into the natural. No units here. Probes going to die. Absolutely guaranteed. 1, 2, 3, 4 probes so far. Going into the main. Very good moves by Leonok here. Meanwhile, he has roaches clearing up these pylons. But the action again is in the main. Roach speed on the way, +1 armor on the way. Robo almost done for Parting. Lots of drones, and all the Zerglings get cleaned up, but that's alright. 1 pylon left behind. Did Leonok see it? He did not. He does notice this probe, though. Goes right in the vision of that Overlord. And just a lot of unit positioning happening here. Leonok looks like he wants to go for that 3rd. At least through that entryway. He's not aware of a 3rd being built there just yet. In the income tab, we see 61 to 43. Now that worker count is really starting to favor Leonok at 110 supply to 95. Twilight Council about to be finished. Observer on the way. +1 armor for Protoss. Zergling confirms that there is a 3rd base. +1 missile on the way. Roach speed about to finish. There it is. Tunneling claws on the way for those roaches. Now, I've been keeping my eye on this production tab. I have not seen Burrow be researched, and it in fact has not been researched. That is kind of a big mistake for Leonok to be getting tunneling claws without Burrow. These roaches taking down rocks, very good use of those roaches. Oh, Leonok engaging where he should not engage. He will get a couple of kills, a Stalker, maybe some Zealots will die as well. No, just 1. But not a very good engagement for Leonok at all. But we do see a Spire coming up from Leonok. Right over here at the 3rd. And a 4th base as well. Roaches just poking around. +1 Roach is not really going to do much to 1-1 gateway units. Or an Immortal at all. And a nice force field. Oh, all these roaches going to die. Going to attempt to pick off as many Stalkers as he can, but he only gets 1. Supply still favoring Leenock, although a lot of that is in workers, not really in units. +2 missile on the way, +2 ground weapons for Protoss on the way. A couple of cannons being made, oh, wait. Where are they being made? Oh, in the main. Huh. Now, those cannons being made in the main, did he see... No, he does not see Aspire. That's interesting. Could Parting just be making an incredible read on his opponent? To know that he needs 3 cannons in the main right now? Because the first mutas are just popping out now. I mean, that is one of the sickest reads I've ever seen. Parting, although supply blocked, 4 pylons on the way, but you never want to be supply blocked against a 175 supply Zerg, who is very capable of maxing out right now, and in fact approaching that supply cap very rapidly. Does not want to engage yet, though. So, oh, picking off. There is a overseer there to pick off that observer. Very nice. Templar Archive on the way. Parting getting ready to deal with a Mutalisk Roach Ling force. Storm, of course, very good against Lings and Mutas, as well as Archons against all Zerg units. Incredibly powerful. Attack on the natural. Will we see it? Yes, we will. Oh, I scrolled up a little bit too high. A couple of Lings died, perhaps a Roach or two, but Leenock still at about max supply. I really wish he would wait for the +1 and the +2 to finish, but no, Leenock far too aggressive for that. Immediately takes down the Forge and goes into the main. Stalkers blink away. Very nice control by Parting. Taking out cannons, taking out whatever. Oh, the Templar Archive's getting picked off, but 6 Templar getting warped in immediately. Leenock. Whoa, Leenock with your mutas. Saves the mutas for the most part, going into the third with them now. There is a Stalker and a cannon, but that's not enough to stop. What is that? 12 mutas. And the rally of more mutas. And more Zerglings. These mutas going in here. Storm is not available, but Blink is! And that could be doom. These mutas have to run. All the Zerglings are now dead. More Zerglings being made. Lots of minerals being poured into this. And it looks like Leenock wants to keep Parting on these 3 bases with continued aggression. Leenock having his 4 bases, getting those 8 gas geysers working for him now. And Banelings. I missed the Baneling nest going up. I even missed Baneling speed being researched. But there are, in fact, Banelings being made for Leenock, and Banelings are incredible against Stalkers, especially if you can get up to +2. However, Banelings and Zerglings and Mutas not good against Psionic Storm at all. +3 weapons on the way as well, so any Archons are going to be super powerful against a force like this. 2 pages of mutas. That is a lot of mutas. That is a murder of mutalisks, as Artosis might say. And they are going to go right into the main. Not enough Stalkers in the main to deal with a mutalisk force of this magnitude. More Stalkers being warped in. More Stalkers being brought in. Blinking in. The attack on the net. Oh, the Psy Storms destroying the Baneling force. The mutas running away. Will these Banelings connect with... Oh, the Archons morph. Stalkers, though, going down. Archons getting sniped before they can fully morph, although a lot of mutas sacrificed for that cause. Can Leenock still maxing out? Can he keep this aggression up? Leenock waiting for some roach reinforcements while his 5th base comes up, throwing units at Parting, trying to keep that flood of Zerg units non-stop. And the mutas unable to do any real damage at the 3rd, keeping Parting very concerned about his bases, though, which is what Leenock wants to do in this sort of aggressive style. 82 drones out for our Zerg player Leenock. Plenty of Banelings on the way, plenty of Roaches. Wants to kill this Stalker force, but the force field, and again that lack of burrow, could be what is hurting Leenock the most right now. Stray unit being taken out. Leenock going into that third. Oh, backing up, going back in, out. Very indecisive so far. Roaches. Oh, gonna catch these probes. A lot of probes go down at the same time, targeting the third. Will he get it? He's gotta get it. It's gotta. What? Leenock. What? No. What? No. That. Oh my God. One more volley. How many Roaches are here? 12 at 20. 12 times 20 is like another 1,000. One volley, and that Nexus would have died. That is terrible for Leenock. And now a fourth base being allowed. Leenock does not have the units to contest it, and he's losing units. Has to retreat. This is actually really, really bad for Leenock. His upgrades are not very high, whereas compared to the Protoss on a 1-3, that attack advantage cannot be underestimated against the force that Leenock currently has. Very lightly upgraded Mutalisks with no armor. No armor on any units at all. Morphing a lot of Broodlords though. 11 Broodlords. That is a powerhouse army. Although incredibly slow. A Warp Prism being taken out. Did I miss some drones being killed? No, I did not miss that many drones being killed. 6 drones died in total. There is an observer. A lot of probes have died, 24. And the Broodlords going to work on that wall. Unit count and station, 35 Stalkers with Blink. 11 High Templar. That is a lot of potential storms to be dropped on this very squishy army. And the Broodlords eating 1, 2, 3 size storms, but the Queens are there with transfusions. Great play by Leenock, although the Stalkers choosing to ignore this army, and in fact there is a Stalker attack at the natural. Leenock has to bring back his Roach Baneling force to deal with this. A nice fungal growth, and Banelings, as I mentioned, very good against Stalkers. Stalkers can blink, but they cannot deal with AoE. And a lot of drones being taken out by these Stalkers as well, the other group that split off. Queen dies. I'm surprised that he is not going for the Greater Spire, honestly. But I suppose drone kill is more important right now. He's about to even it up. 23 workers killed to 24. The units killed, just ridiculous. And the Broodlords out of position with nothing to help them. The storms don't kill them, though. Storming those Broodlings. Very interesting. He was going to die anyway, so he may as well. Another Blink Stalker attack up at the main natural area. Leenock's still far ahead in supply. Game is far from over, but Leenock is the one that needs to make something happen here. A lot of counterattacking happening from parting. No more upgrade, well, +2 armor, but no further upgrades seen yet. A mothership on the way. The fleet beacon was made. I didn't notice it. What is wrong with me? This 4th base going to go down, but this 5th base isn't been scouted yet. Not yet. Many attacks being made. Attacks down here. Attacks up here. Attacks over here. Oh, there is... Oh, okay, there is a force protecting these Broodlords. I was about to say these Broodlords in terrible position, but this 5th base, 4th base, excuse me, actually in much worse position. 2-3 Blink Stalkers will not die to any sort of ancillary forces. They need a main force to clean them up. A strong push, and these Blink Stalkers completely circumventing the spine crawler defense of Leenock. Income-wise, Leenock now behind in workers, going to take out the 3rd for sure this time. Most likely the Templar Archives as well. but the mothership will soon arrive, and there is a Void Ray on the way. Again, nothing protecting these Broodlords. 12 of them on the field. How many will die? These Blinkstalkers almost got caught by a fungal. The Void Ray now going to work on the Broodlords. Oh, good there. Oh, huge feedback. A storm. Broodlords dying, Roaches dying, everything dying. Lots and lots of bloody Zerg death. How many Broodlords will remain at the end of this conflict? He's gonna lose another... Oh. 7 Broodlords remain. But, as Leenock will surely notice, a mothership is about. And there are no more spine crawlers at this 5th base, this half base, this one of the only mining bases for Leenock. 30 workers to 37. Could we start to see a base trade scenario? I think we will. Parting, with the much more mobile force, 23 Blinkstalkers, does not seem to care about his natural. It is mostly mined out, including the gas. Going now into the also mined out 3rd base of Leenock, exception of the gas. The Baneling Nest going down, although Leenock can't really afford Banelings. The Greater Spire going down, although again, with no income, that hardly matters for Leenock. What matters for Leenock is winning this game. He has in fact pulled his remaining drones to come and fight. All except for these ones harvesting the gas. This Infestor, without Burrow, this Infestor is surely going to die, and so is this Queen. A sad, sad tale, the Infestor and Queen unable to save the Hive. Soon we'll be told. In the meantime, the main of Parting being decimated by Broodlings. Leenock still unaware of that 4th base. That will be Leenock's doom, I am afraid. I'm not going to say it could be, I'm going to say it will be, because Leenock will kill this Nexus, and then he will notice that Parting is not being revealed. The mothership, just here for some extra damage, just here to say hi. What's up? I'm a mothership. I have 6 attacks that do 6 each, 36 damage total, pretty high. Now, Leenock's going to notice Startail Parting not being revealed. There is, in fact, another Nexus out there, Leenock, and a Dark Shrine and a Gateway on the way. When behind, Dark Shrine, although Parting is actually still way ahead. Because Leenock has 0 hatcheries to work with, and he is revealed. Now, Leenock's got to know that there's a base there now. He's got to know this now. He did, in fact, scout it. Leenock bringing everything up to that base. He knows that if Parting is mining for long enough to unsupply block himself at the very least, Leenock will, in fact, lose this game. It is still not decided yet, although Parting has the supply advantage. Where is his mothership? There it is, still a ways off. Leenock. Oh, I don't agree with this at all. Leenock going for the engagement rather than going for the base. Oh, and we see a High Templar. He's queued up to kill Infestors. 2 die instantly to a feedback. No detection here from Leenock. Only, oh, the Vortex catching every single Infestor, going to catch the remainder of the army. Archons, Stalkers, everything. Oh, this is the game ender right here. This is it. And WW from FXO Leenock. A crazy game, a base trade scenario. Ultimately, Leenock's aggression, his strategy did not work. Parting was able to get that 4th base and even a 5th base. Leenock unable to keep his bases alive from the counterattacks, and ultimately falling to the Startail Protoss. Valiantly fought from both players, very well done. An amazing game. Leenock with a couple of mistakes, obviously not getting Burrow, not having Overseers just around when he knew he was going to go for a base trade. Overseers are practically required because of the Mothership effect, and even DTs to some extent, which obviously Parting was going to get if he was ever going to unsupply a block. So, I suppose that will conclude the game, and conclude my casting of it. I hope you enjoyed this. This was the first time I saw this replay. I mentally prepared myself and said, okay, this is Parting versus Leenock, so I gotta have my A game on. I think I missed a couple of things still, though. Well, I probably did. Most likely, I did. But hopefully it was very entertaining for all of you, and the IPL people will perhaps give me an email or some sort and say, hey, you're good. So thank you again, and good luck to all the contest entrants.